progress section. And so in this one, you see in progress saved, which is also here. Collections, I've gone ahead and already created a collection, and so I'll talk about that shortly. This is from your organization, Learning History and Skills. And then under here, remember when I said about content? This is a learning path. This is a course and a course. So you can have both learning paths up here and courses. And so again, if I clicked into here, I'd go down. I'm going to go ahead and click about becoming a small business owner. It's a learning path. And I go through here and it tells me the number of items that are in there, total running time, and then all the different types of courses that are here. And yes, you can bounce around to anyone you want to if you so choose to. If this is kind of where it gets a little strange for me. If I click this small business and entrepreneurship, I was thinking that it's going to take me back to the previous learning path, or back to that previous screen. It doesn't. It actually takes me to the catalog screen, and here is all the different topics where you can search by the content and whatnot. And if I want to get back to that previous screen, I can't. So I have to go back and select in progress, then from in progress back to becoming a small business owner. So there's no way for me to actually get back to that previous screen. Although in the other ones I can. So, but here again, if I click course, there's no way to get back to that previous screen, right? So I have to always go back in progress. I just found that for me personally, a little bit irritating. I just want to click that back button. I'm always afraid to click this back, the backwards bar button, because it might, there's some people might have a fear that it's going to bounce you out of there. So here's the saved. I'll talk a little bit. This gets back to the nomenclature of it. This is a course. These courses are videos, right? So why does this say video when these courses are in fact video? And if I go in progress, this is an audio course. See the audio marker here. But if I'm not paying attention to that, wouldn't it make more sense this is a audio, right? And again, all these courses are in fact video. So saying video to me just, being consistent for that. In here, you're going to see add to collection and more. You would not see this piece here, add to collection, unless you've already created a collection. And we're going to talk next about how to create a collection. And then down here, you can unsave it if you so choose to go through. Now, collections I actually really liked. And it generally is both easy and not easy. So the first thing I did was I actually went ahead and created a collection, and I gave it a title, and I put in a couple of items. But let's go ahead and create a new one. So I'm going to create a new collection. Here's where you put your title and then into your description. So here is my brand new collection. This is my text. It starts off with 0 items. Now, this is where that was easy to do, but it isn't clear to me about how I start putting content in there. How do I start putting courses? It would be, I think, a lot of people going to more, their share. The way you go ahead is you click the items. And so now what it would be nice to do, and again, this gets back to me going back to the previous screen, go to all collections, and it would be good if I could just go to my previous collection that I was looking at to create. It would be nice if I click this and it actually takes me to that entire course catalog, and now I'm able to go through and pick what I want. Rather, what it does is it says see recommended, and you can go ahead and do that. And it's just going to take a piece here, and you can go through sort of, again, look at that. It took me back to that previous screen. And then for me to get back, are you ready for me to get back to my collection? I have to click my either in progress bar, or in this case, click my previous bar. So that's the thing. You can select for skills, and there's my laughter one. So I'm just going to select, you know, it starts doing it by this. So I'm kind of curious about how to dance. I don't know what's going to pull up here. There's videos again, and this goes all through videos. And then course, which again, we've already talked about, is a video. This one has skills, and then some of them don't have skills. So again, it's about being consistent. This is where you can select by the content. To me, this should be the default screen when I select my items, because I don't have anything. So this, to me, would make more sense than seeing recommended, because it takes me to that screen. There was actually another screen it took me to, which had some recommended content. So sort of some consistency perhaps would be better suited. In order to add it to a collection, this is where kind of, again, it's simple and then it's challenging. So here, if I click that saved thing, the save thing, if I click saved, it automatically saves that, and that goes into that save section that you see up here. But then it says I can add it to my collection, and so I'm going to go ahead and add it to my collection. It's going to ask me which collection I want to add it to, right? Because if I only had one, it would only have that. I click add, boom, it's done, and I can go ahead and again and create another collection if I so choose to. So there it goes through that. If I went back to that in progress piece, or no, where was the one I went into actually? Oh, if I went back to home, this kind of the piece is through here, and I selected marketing on Instagram, and I select this. Now you're going to have whether or not that just means I saved it. There's no way for me to actually add it to my collection, which again seemed kind of interesting, right? When it took me back to recommended, I couldn't add it. And in one of the screens here, if I select more, I can save it. I can add to collection. To me, I would have a button that says add to collection, because I do when I go to that catalog, like I said. My skill could be, maybe I'm interested in how to dance again, and I go through there, and again, add to collection is here. It would be nice if I could just add a collection, because in fact, there was a screen that showed me that said I could add it to it. Here's courses, the videos, learning paths, link, documents, Word, PDFs, or whatever you might have. You can sort it by best match. If I go back to view count, you can go ahead and do that, but there's no way for me to know how many views that is. So it would be good to just tell me how many views that is. I have to sort of guess. I know it's by view count, but it's not telling me that. And if I go into newest, it's also not telling me the dates, even though the dates do appear in other places.